The tornado method of paying off debt can be your fast track to getting that one debt that causes you to lose the most sleep out of your life forever. But to be successful, there are a few common mistakes you need to avoid. Making any one of these mistakes may not prevent you from ever paying down the debt, but they will definitely slow down your progress. And nobody needs that. So let's talk about them so you successfully avoid them. Hi, I'm Michelle. I teach everyday women with everyday money issues how to manage their paychecks so that they can meet their financial and money goals. Mistake number one, not having a specific debt in mind. The first mistake I see with people who decide to use the tornado method is trying to attack all of their debts at once. The most successful people target one specific debt with this method. It's the debt that keeps them up at night the most. That doesn't mean it's the debt with the highest interest rate or the highest balance. It's the debt that causes them the most anxiety, frustration, or even anger sometimes. But what sometimes happens is that a person will try to attack all of their debts with this method at the same time. And this approach usually fails, or at least doesn't have as positive an outcome, because none of us can sustain the level of emotion needed for this method towards all of their debts. Mistake number two is not committing to the tornado strategy. So the tornado method, or strategy if you prefer, of repaying your debt is all about emotion. That is, it's all about focusing your energy and every extra dollar possible towards paying down whatever debt you're trying to eliminate from your life. But unless you commit to the strategy, it's going to be difficult to be successful. Whenever I've seen clients be super successful with the tornado method, it's because they decided that no matter what, that debt was gone. Additionally, they acknowledged and accepted that the process was going to be more of a marathon than a sprint. They accepted that they were going to need to work toward their goal for weeks, if not months, and that was okay. Mistake number three is not having a plan. The third mistake I see people make when trying to implement the tornado method is they don't step back, take a breath, and make a plan. Yes, the tornado method is all about focusing the negative emotions you feel about a debt towards getting rid of it, but that doesn't mean going off half-cocked and without a plan. Think about what you are going to do differently to get this debt paid off and out of your life. Are you going to work extra shifts? Are you going to do some consulting work on the side? Are you going to sell jam at the farmer's market throughout the summer? Whatever it is, you have to have a plan about what you're going to do differently. I once had a client who wanted to pay off his student loans. He spent all summer building backyard decks for family and friends. It was hot, it was back-breaking work, and he spent all of his evenings and weekends pounding nails and digging post holes. By the end of the summer, he'd met his deadline and gotten most of his debt paid off. That brings me to the next mistake when implementing the tornado method. And mistake number four is not having a target date. The tornado method takes a lot of energy and focus. So do yourself a favor and give yourself a target date to be finished. Giving yourself a date makes your plan more concrete. Because let's face it, a plan without a deadline is a wish. And well, if wishing debt away worked, we'd all be better off. To figure out a reasonable target date, you'll need to use a calculator. But don't worry, Bankrate.com has a calculator specifically for calculating how long it will take to pay off the debt, whether it's a credit card, a car loan, or even a mortgage, student debts, anything like that. All you do is enter the total amount of the debt, the interest rate, and the number of months you would like to pay the debt off in. And Bankrate will tell you how much you need to pay in order to make that happen. I'll link the calculator in the thingy. Mistake number 5 is a biggie. And that is not being willing to say no to more debt. What a lot of us don't realize is part of getting out of debt is breaking the habit of being in debt. Yes, using your credit card instead of paying with your debit card can be a habit. What can happen when you're under financial stress is you start to become a bit afraid to use the cash in your checking account, either because the balance is so low or because you're afraid you're gonna need it. Using credit cards feels safer than using your cash. What can then happen is you default to using your credit cards without even realizing it sometimes. I know I did. Breaking the habit of reaching for your credit card first can take some time. We all have lots of emotions wrapped up in our money, so be gentle with yourself. However, being unwilling to say no to more debt, even if it's painful in the short run, can offset any gains you may have with your tornado debt. So take it slow, be gentle with yourself, and stop and think before you swipe or tap that card. The tornado method is all about focusing the negative emotions you have towards a specific debt to eliminate it from your life. It doesn't really care about which debt has the highest interest rate or the largest balance. The whole method is about harnessing emotion. However, because the tornado method does not focus on interest rate or balance due, paying it off can take some time. So remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Paying this debt off might take you weeks or months, and that's okay because you're making progress. You've specified which debt you're going to tackle. You've committed to the process. You have made a plan of how you're going to do it and what you're going to do differently. You've set a target date. And finally, you've said no to more debt. You've set yourself up for a huge success. And now it's time to work your plan. Good luck, and please do DM me on Instagram or LinkedIn once you've got it done, because I want to help you celebrate. Okay, time to wrap this up. If you would like to know more about the tornado method, I've done a couple of different videos, and I'll link to my How to Pay Off Debt playlist. I think it's this corner. If today's video was helpful, please like and subscribe. When you do, YouTube will show this video to other people that it may also help. Don't forget to check out my How to Get Out of Debt playlist. And come join the party over on Instagram or LinkedIn. I post all kinds of juicy stuff there too. Until next time, have a fantabulous week. Bye!